welcome to another Maximum Power video. I'm Paul. Today I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I'm recording this at the end of March. We're about to start our third year of the podcast, so everyone who has supported us over the last 2 years, thank you so much. And as we're about to start April in just a couple of days, we're about to start our Snes month. So it's going to be 2 episodes, obviously, like we do every month, both covering our favourite Super Nintendo games. So obviously, the next episode is going to be out, should be a week today. Quite a lot of stuff discussed about Super Nintendo, as well as a few favourite games, and also got a bit of a chat with Sam Dyer from Bitmap Books and friend of the show. Now, today, like I say, just a bit of a different video. Nothing to do with magazines for the first time in God knows how long. But again, thank you for anyone who's actually watched my videos on magazines and commented on them. It really does mean a lot. Basically, what I want to do today, just a very quick video. I just want to, discuss very briefly a few games that I want to play this year. Well, finish off this calendar year, so we've got 9 months left. So what I've done is I've had a quick look through my collection and chosen 10 games that I actually want to really get stuck into, and I just have a chance to actually discuss them a lot more in depth, really. 1 or 2, I could probably play for about 5 minutes, but not really enough to actually justify having a proper conversation about them. So I've obviously chose a mixture of titles. Also, I think when it comes down to it, as games collectors, especially if you collect for quite a few different systems, because even though the Super Nintendo is obviously my favourite console, and that's what I want to collect for, and mainly the Super Play Top 100, I find myself obviously picking up quite a lot of cheap PS2 games. You can get Wii games like next to nothing now, and so all the time, you're coming up to car boot season as well this summer. So that's why I've given myself this list of 10, which hopefully, as the show goes on this year, and also maybe video updates like this, give me thoughts on them, So without further ado, the first one I'm going to mention, and this is what I'm hoping to play. So I know people do things like the 52 game challenge, complete 52 games over the year. I know full well I'm never going to do that. So all I want to do is choose 10 games, spend at least a few hours on each game just to get enough into it. So first up, I've got a game. Some of these I've had for absolutely ages. A game, Fahrenheit, on PS2. Now you can get this on PS4 now, on PlayStation Store, for just a few pounds. Now it's by the makers of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Quantic Dream, I think that's how it's pronounced. Now it's not a game I've ever played, I said, so a bit of a sort of murder thriller type thing, looking at it. Complete with instructions and disc, and also receipt. So it just shows how long I've had this for. And this was bought 6th of July 2013 from Wigan Cash Converters for £1.50. So almost 4 years now, and still not actually played this. So it is one I do want to get stuck into, because I absolutely loved Heavy Rain. I know it's had its fans and people who also hated it, but it's one that I do really like. Now, next up, we've got one of Phil's favourites. This is one that he's mentioned on the show quite a few times. Now, this one I picked up fairly recently. I think it was late last year. Mad World on Wii for £1. Now, at the moment, I still need to sort myself out a cheap Wii, and that's something that I am speaking to a mate about. Now, with Mad World, it's got a load of paperwork, all the instructions and things like that, and this only cost £1, I said, so next to nothing. Now, the value of this game came down so quickly, because everyone says, okay, the Wii, full of kiddie games and everything like that. However, with Platinum bringing this out. Obviously rated 18s, really full on, amazing art style. It was just showing something a little bit different there for the Wii. So even when I was at HMV years ago, that went down to like about £6. So now to pick it up for about £1 or so, you can't go wrong. You know, definitely worth the risk on that. So that is one I will get onto. Next up, it's a game that I bought sealed off the car boot for £1. It is Beyond Good and Evil. Now, this came out on PS2, Xbox, and also GameCube. Now, this one here is by Ubisoft. There's loads and loads of people who are always asking for a sequel. Again, this is something that I've probably played for about 2, possibly 3 minutes, just like when I worked at Game Station when this came out. So it's over 10 years old now. So yeah, 2003. So basically, you're a reporter, well, an action reporter. JD must penetrate your leader's web of lies and expose their dark secrets. And I know that this is going to be a really good game. So I definitely will get involved with that. Now, next up, we're going to go for a PS1 game. Now, this is Heart of Darkness. Now, this one, again, bought, I think it was from a charity shop, again, ages ago. Now, this, before this came out, it's a very early PS1 game. Looking at the serial number there. Done by Ocean, well, published by Ocean. And inside, the case is a little bit loose, but you've got the instruction manual, and you've also got the 3D glasses as well. And we're talking old school 3D glasses, and yeah, don't really see these so much anymore. And again, 2 discs, so you know it's this had a lot of hype around it. So I say again, I'm getting ahead of myself, because that's going to be one of my next games I'm going to talk about. But anyway, Heart of Darkness. When I'm looking at a few games magazines around this time, a lot of people were really hyped for this game. I don't think it's meant to be that long for what I hear, but it's something that I do want to try, you know, because I don't think it ever got any bad reviews. And I'm pretty sure you can still pick it up fairly cheap as well. So anyway, that's that. Just while we're on PS1, I'll just stay on it. The other one is In Cold Blood, done by, is it Revolution? Yeah, Revolution Software, makers of Broken Sword. So this one, £1, just from Cash Generator, yeah. So again, mystery suspense, you know, unravel a mystery. It just says, John Cord used to be a government agent, but now he lies in prison trying to piece together the shattered remnants of his fading memory before it's broken by his captors. The world political stage is set to explode, and someone in Cord's mind is a key to freedom for all. So I know that this always got really good reviews. Now, just having a quick look at it, we've got the manual again, so managed to get this complete, and again, this is what I meant before, 2 discs there. So again, I don't know how long this will last, you know, like how many hours, but I remember that coming out when I worked at Global Video back in, what, about 2000? Yeah, about 2000. And, you know, it's not the usual sort of game that, you know, people would rent out, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. But yeah, for £1, worth a try. Next up, I have got, now the 5th game is about to come out. It is Persona 4 on PS2. Now, I know you can get Persona 4 Golden on the Vita. I don't own a Vita though, so after speaking to Julian from the show so many times, I went into my local game shop, because I know he had this there, but I knew he had this there. It cost me £20 this, because it is a special edition, which comes with, just take everything out. Well, we have got, opposite the disc, we've got the soundtrack CD as well, which is quite cool. We've got the manual, and we've also got, which just made me laugh, a load of printed out Wikipedia pages all about the series. And then lastly, we have got the original receipt from whoever bought it. A guy called Roger Dean, living over in Bolton. But yeah, this was from a company called Indigo Starfish. I'm not going to show you everything because it's still got his address on there. But yeah, this was bought 14th of November 2009. God, that's quite a bit back. £16.60 you pay for that. Anyway, I've not played Persona 4, and I know obviously the 5th game is due to release, I think, next week. I know it's got a lot of fans, and it's just one of those where I feel like, yeah, really should give it a try. One of the other podcasts I listen to called Tabpog, an American one, they've been talking about Persona games, and they were really, really big fans. So, I'm just going to go for another release. Now, this is the first RPG, and this came out again when I was working at Game Station. So this is Sudeki, sort of action RPG, and the Xbox didn't have that many RPGs compared to the PS2, so it's quite a big deal, this, and it was Xbox exclusive. And at the moment I find it quite interesting to see all these Xbox exclusives, you know, because just to see which ones are really good, you know, because it's, well, around that time you had so many titles that came out on GameCube, PS2 and Xbox, so it's just good that there are a few games which are sort of like must-own ones and highly rated just for that particular system. And I seem to remember that this got okay reviews as well. And another one that I've got on my shelf is Jade Empire, which I do want to try as well. But anyway, I do want to have a look at that. And again, this was, sorry, just attacked with a load of receipts. Again, complete with instructions. Now, this one I've not bought that long ago. Looking at the old CEX receipt. 10th of November last year, so not bad going really, quite recent. Right, now, next up, a game that my mate Lee, and listener of the show, has lent me, so this is going to be the first thing that I'm actually going to try out of this list of 10, which I do want to have a bit of a go, and it is Shenmue. Now, as said so many times, I'm not really that up on the Dreamcast. I used to own this ages ago when someone traded in a Dreamcast and a load of games back when I was at Game Station. So I managed to buy it all up, didn't spend much time on it, and then just over 10 years ago got rid of it all and got for, well, what I thought was an okay price. So with Shenmue, I know obviously it's very, very held in high regard. All the discs are that. I'm not going to start opening it up now because people know what to expect. So you've obviously got, I think it's 4 discs. You got manuals in there as well. It's one of those which has always tempted me, and I know you can get it for an okay price. Obviously, when the third one was announced, that made people, you know, want to start tracking down the first and second one. The second one you can get on original Xbox as well, so if I do enjoy that, you know, I could just try and batter it. I don't know how many hours it takes. If anyone wants to tell me, please do so. I suppose I could just try that How Long to Beat website. But yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to playing, and that's going to be, as soon as I've finished editing the next episode, that's what I'm just going to get stuck into and see how far I can get, you know, give you my thoughts on it a little bit down the line. Next up, we have got Silent Hill 2. Now, this is something I bought off a car boot for about £1. Got a bit of writing on it there, as you can see. I think it's like the old Game Station codes, you know, like if it wasn't scanning. Yeah. Anyway, so with this one, it comes in a slipcase. And this one again, car boot buy, so not bad price. And we've got both discs there, documentary of the game. We've got a manual as well. This part's in quite good condition. It's just the outer sleeve, which is a bit battered. Now, I know that Phil absolutely loves Silent Hill 2. It's a game that's just never really appealed to me. I did play the first Silent Hill, God, ages ago. I then rented it out from like Blockbuster, you know, when it first was released, and it didn't like get me as much as say Resident Evil did. So when other Silent Hill games have come out, I've had Silent Hill 3 recently, got rid of it, gave it a quick go, just didn't like the look of it, and also one on PS3, possibly Downpour. There's one of the ones on PS3, but again got rid of it. So yeah, sort of like, you know, never really appealed to me too much for Silent Hill series. But yeah, I'll give it a try. Now, lastly, is one that I played a little bit when it first came out, but I can't really comment on it enough. Now, I know it's like seen as favourite game for a lot of people, and because of that, I feel like I want to give it a fair crack of the whip, although again, it's not a series that I've got that sort of fondness and attachment to, but I know it's held in such high regard. Now, it is Super Metroid on Super Nintendo. Thought I'd finish with a Super Nintendo game. Could have gone for quite a few Super Nintendo games, because I've got quite a few RPGs that I do need to get stuck into. So there's things like Final Fantasy 2 and 3, and then there's God knows how many others. But I don't want to just fill my list with RPGs, because I know that I'll never spend that much time getting into them, so I wanted a mixture of stuff. So with Super Metroid, well, it's in really good condition anyway. So what I want to just quickly do is quickly show you inside. So we've got a couple of the leaflets. This is the NTSC version. We've got games in its little plastic bag, and then we've also got the manual, and then finally we've also got Join the Nintendo Power Club poster. Oop, Star Fox there, and then we've got like some adverts on the back. So it's in really, really nice condition, this. I think that's another reason why I've just not got around to actually opening it that many times. It's one that I've had for quite a while now, a couple of years. I have got the UK player's guide. I'm knocking about somewhere. A couple of reaches actually. Yeah. Which I got from my local game shop, just for a couple of quid. So you know, the one which came with the PAL big box release. So you know, you've got like all the guide in there, all maps and things like that. So quite handy. And I just thought, well, even though I've obviously got the NTSC version, it's worth picking that up, you know, for a couple of quid. So with Super Metroid, it's always classed as one of the best games for the Super Nintendo, so I think it's only fair to actually give it a proper, you know, go at, really, and then just obviously share my thoughts on the show. So I think for me, really, with it being Snes month, first two games I should try and attempt a bit is, Super Metroid and Shenmue. I think that would be a great start, you know, for April. And yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there. Again, please just feel free to comment, tell us what you think. Are there any games that you want to play this year, which, you know, you've been on your shelf for ages? Because again, like I said, if you're a collector, you find yourself just picking them up, and sometimes it takes absolutely ages to play, as can be seen at that Fahrenheit, you know, 4 years more or less. Anyway, okay, that's all for me. Thanks a lot. Again, very last thing, I'm going to start putting a tweet out in the next couple of days. We need your help, and we want your input for the big number 50, which is coming up quite soon, in just a couple of months now. Okay, anyway, more on that in just a couple of days. Cheers guys, see you later. Bye.